Golly. Boy, he's after her. Look here. Poor old gal. He ain't giving her no relief, folks. None whatsoever. Look here. What? Leave her alone. You old wobbling thing. There's a bump. He's still bumping it. There we go. Oh my goodness. This is a good one, folks. This is a darn good one. And it's what I want too. Exactly what I'm putting a target on. Yeah. Big. Oh, look how clear that water is. Big shellcracker. Let's see if we can flip him in. That's 2-pound test line. Looky there, what a big, big shellcracker. That's what we're talking about. And that fish right there has got some beautiful colors. Does he not? Best eating fish they are. Well, folks, that's what we're after right there. Quit. Big old shellcracker like that right there. Delicious eating fish. And that fish hit in about 8 feet of water. He's pretty deep. So I'm going to focus in that depth of water here on this beautiful day. Let's see if we can't catch some more of these. And bluegill. I'm after something to eat today. Let's put him in a bucket. Yeah. Alright folks, we're going to get back over here where I got a bite right here. It drops off in about 12 feet of water real quick right here. It's a real deep cut. And I caught that fish on I'll show y'all exactly what I caught him on. That's a half a night crawler right there and a 1/80th of an ounce jig head with a size 10 sickle hook. Very small hook. 2-pound test line. Now my rod is a Falcon 6-foot light action Falcon rod with a little bitty fluger reel right here, loaded with 2-pound test mono. So we're going to have some fun right here. This is a real light outfit. And I made a cast right there in about 6 feet of water. 6, 7 feet of water. Real deep. It falls off real quick. Right there. Now the surface temperature is at 64 degrees. These are not bedding fish. These are just fish laying off a little bit deeper. In a little bit deeper water. They're just pulling up. Really up onto these shallow or back up in these sloughs, but they're still off in deeper water. They're pre-spawn, and all I'm doing is just barely moving it a few inches, letting the bait settle back to the bottom. Remember, shellcracker is a bottom feeder. They feed on the bottom. But you talking about some good eating. I love shellcracker and bluegill, especially coming out of this cold water like right now. Or any time, really. That's my favorite fish to eat. There's a fish. He's moving this way. Y'all ready? Yeah, there's a good one right here. They're scattered. This is a pretty doggone good fish right here. It's a bluegill. Big old fish. These are the fattest fish. Look at the stomach on that fish. That's a fat fish right there. I'm tempted to keep him because he's so thick. Let's let him go. I'm going to let him go. If he was a ½ inch bigger, we would have kept him. But these fish are definitely scattered, folks. There ain't no doubt about it. I'm just picking up one here, one there. You know, I was hoping to find a congregation of them, and I may, but I may not. Sometimes you don't. But this is a great little technique to search it out. Little jig heads like this with 1/3 of a night crawler or even half of one, and just go along, pitch it, let it hit the bottom and work it on the bottom slow, searching for them that way. Great way to catch them. This clear water you don't have to have. Usually I fish with about a half a night crawler. On the Tennessee River I do, but these fish in here don't prefer one. Probably 1/3 of a big night crawler is good enough. It's just different wherever you're at. Depends, but I know in the Tennessee River, now I have been real successful with the whole night crawler. So I'm just cutting night crawler in half, putting it back here on. It's kind of, oh, I don't know, it's probably about 72, 73 degrees. When I'm using night crawlers, I'll put them on ice, make sure they're cool, because they can't take hot weather. But that's what I'm doing. That's my bait right there, and I'm purposely letting it hit the bottom, crawling it back like you would a plastic worm. There's a fish. Golly, where are you going? That one right there knocked the fire out of it, folks. That's a good one. That's a good one right here. Golly, what a bluegill. My. That's a big bluegill right there. Maybe we found a few fish right here. Oh, that's too big to flip in. That's a huge bluegill. You talking about some good eating. I don't have many right now, but this bluegill is the result of me getting out here and hunting these fish. That's a big son of a gun. Folks, I want y'all to look what a bluegill. That is a huge bluegill. You talking about some darn good eating. Hey man, whoa, that's good eating. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the better fish. And maybe we found some right here, because when that fish hit it, he hit it hard and then hit it out the open water with it. So I feel like he had some competition right there. We'll see. Something right there happened. I mean, that's just, but let's put him in the bucket. He's a lot bigger than them shellcracker. Golly, that fish put the hammer. That was a hard pulling fish. And on tackle, using tackle like that, little bitty light stuff, it is a ball. It's a pleasure to fish that way. It's a lot of fun, folks. It's simple and it's a lot of fun, and you can get you some grocers like this. Let's catch another. It won't take many fish like that to make a meal for me and Mama Sue. That fish hit it quick, real quick. And this water here, I'm in 7 feet, but that fish probably hit in 4 or 5 feet. He was up there really shallow, shallower than those shellcracker that I caught. A little bit, but we'll mess around with it just a little bit. My goodness. That was a dang good one. There's another fish right here. Y'all ready? Look here. I found them. Oh my. Now this is a big one right here. This is a big one. That was worth the effort. I was wondering if I was going to catch it. Golly, folks. Now this in here is a hammer. I'm going to get my net out, is what I'm going to do. This is a hammerjack right here. Golly. Hey, man, oh man, what a hammerjack. Looky there. Hey, that's a big one. Whoa. The doggone thing's big. Oh my, okay, I got him. Whoa, I got the doggone thing. It's huge. It's a doggone big one. I found them. I did not quit until I found them. I gotta settle down right here because I just about went. This is a great old good one right here. I want y'all to look. That is a king daddy bluegill right there. Look at there. Now that is what you call a man right there. Woo. That little hook, that little size 10 hook is perfect. But I want y'all to look what a big, that's a good one. I'm gonna put him in the bucket right here. Look yonder. Hey man, we're getting some good ones. I'm sorry. You know folks, this is a perfect example of what staging fish means. See, these fish are the bigger shellcracker and bluegill are deeper. There's no doubt about it. Anywhere from 5 to 9 feet. Staging simply means that's the depth of water that they're staying in right now. And these fish, this is a big cut right here, as y'all can see. Let's look around. Big cut right here. Y'all see that sandbar right there, and there's a bunch of sand in the back end right there too, and there's some right there in that corner, that little offset. This next slough that goes back that way has got some physical, there's a fish, golly bum, I missed him. Physical features like that, probably, that was a big one. But where these fish is going to head the first full moon, around May, they're going to go to these places like that to bed. So staging is just a big word. The pros use it a lot, the ones that's got the patches to make themselves sound big, but really it just means the depth of water that you find the fish. That's all that means. Whether it be bass, crappie, shellcracker, it don't make any difference. I just missed a big one right there. It's tearing me up. But daggone it, we'll try to get him. They're right on this drop off down through here. It's where the fish are. In around 7 to 8 feet of water. There's no doubt they're hanging right on the drop off. See, right there at 7.1 foot of water. But see, I'm on the brake line. I'm on the brake line. When we go across some, I'll show y'all the fish, what they look like. Here we go. That's what they look like. I wanted y'all to see it. See that? See that right there? That's how they're showing up right there. But now this jig is a great method. It is. To catch them. You can find them pretty quick. It's a good way to find fish. You're constantly moving the bait along the bottom. There he is. Golly. This ain't no bluegill. I don't know what we got right here. If this is, it's a giant, folks. Oh my goodness. I thought it was a bass. It's not a bass. It's either a giant bluegill, oh my goodness, or it's a, oh my goodness, oh my. It's either a big giant bluegill or it's a big giant shellcracker. I'm excited. Folks, this is a big son of a gun right here. This is the kind of fish right here that I used to catch in Florida. Oh my goodness, what a shellcracker. That's a giant. That's a giant right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh, that's what it takes. Folks. Oh my goodness. Now, I mean, I'm not kidding. I am loving this. There's some big ones right here. And it took me a long time to search these fish out, folks. But it's worth it. Fishing is just like hunting. You have to hunt these fish down. Oftentimes. But I'm going to keep this fish and I'm going to fillet it. I'm going to because shellcracker is a delicious fish. This is a filleting size. But I want y'all to look. Now, that's a red ear. That's a red ear right there. Hitting that little size 10 hook. See that little size 10 hook? Got him. But that is a true blue, thick, good eating, doggone filleting type of red ear, and I'm going to put him in the bucket. Got to put that one in the bucket. They're plentiful. I've heard people say, I wouldn't keep, what? This is the best eating fish in the river right here. And that's certainly a giant. Let's put him in here. Never give up at anything. We were made to excel. That's what God wants you to do. Let's put him in a bucket. Okay, folks, those are some giant bluegill. But look. I used to catch that size shellcracker right there, and I've said it several times on this channel in Florida. On grass shrimp. Those of y'all who's watching from Florida know what grass shrimp are. What I would do is get the big ones and double them on a size 6 Aberdeen hook under a float with a little bitty split shot. It's the way my daddy taught me. And we would catch shellcracker that big, or red ears, whatever y'all want to call them. But here in the South, we call them shellcracker because that's what they eat. They're bottom feeding panfish. They'll pick up those little snails that you see, inhale them, take them back here where they have crushers in the back of their throat. They'll crush that shell, keep the goodie, and blow the shell out. And that's where they get the name shellcracker. So it is a proper name because that's what they do, in my opinion. But we're going to go back up here and see if we can catch another one. Man, that was a hoss of a panfish. Wow. Fishing. Fishing is a sport second to none. Let's catch another. Look, I'm going to do it. Look, can y'all feel the adrenaline? I'm wanting to holler. Look. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just stitching it. This is a technique called stitching. When that little jig's on the bottom, just move it just a little bit. Leave it there. Just leave it put. Just leave it put. There's a bite. I see my line jump. That high-vis line jump. Let's see what we got. He's running to me. Oh, he come off. That high-vis line is important. Wind, hey, high-vis, I can't stress it enough. High-vis line is very important, especially when it's windy. There's a fish. Golly. That one like the gut. I'm hunting some, folks. This is a big one right here. This is a big son of a gun. I'm just hunting them. I can't help it. I'm bad about wanting to hunt them. This is a good one. This water right here is not as deep. Golly. Boy, that's a big one. That Mama Sue Bob Alexander Hosenhauer is going to be proud of Richard Jean. She loves bluegill, and that's a great good one. Oh my. Golly, let me look where okay, I caught him right there. Okay. Look here, what a fish. These are monsters. I'm not catching many, but you don't have to. You just don't have to catch many if you're going to catch them that big. Golly. And he's little compared to a lot of them. Look in there, it's big old... I've dropped... I'm going to have to clean all that mess out here in a minute. I'm about done fishing, folks. I think I am. I'm having a hard time quitting. That's my problem. I always have a hard time quitting. All right, folks, we made it back home. I didn't keep but 8 fish. That's all we needed. I caught a bunch of them. Found a good little pattern right there. And that's a good one. That'll work in small lakes, big lakes. And what I'm talking about is the nearest deep water from the back end of a cove. From the back ends. That's where a lot of the spawning happens, and that's where the fish sort of congregate. Now sometimes they'll be scattered, sometimes they'll be in big schools. Those bigger fish will hang together, the bluegill and shellcracker, this time of the year. When the water temperature warms up a little more and we get a full moon, those fish will move back in the back end of those coves to spawn. But I'm going to show y'all my catch, and we're going to measure a couple of these shellcracker or redear sunfish because they're pretty impressive and they're going to be good eating. Woo. All right, folks, we kept 8. I kept 8 and throwed back a bunch of them. We just need enough for supper, but I want y'all to look what a shell daddy right here. There's another big one. I even caught a crappie. Didn't show that because our target species was these old big bluegill and shellcracker. So let's measure this old big one right here. At least 10 inches, I would think. I'm wrong. 11 1/8. That's a big one. That's a big one. And I'm going to take one of these biggest bluegill, and I believe that's probably the biggest. We'll measure him. They're more tall than they are long, but that fish is probably, I don't know, 8 7/8, probably something like that. But they're still big uns. That's a lot of fun. On light tackle like that, you can't beat that style of fishing. It is second to none. Thank y'all for all the great comments, and God bless each and every one of y'all. Hey, woo. Uh-oh, mama. I had this drilligin problem out there on the lake. Oh my goodness, the neighbors is going to hear me. The neighbors is going to hear me. Woo. Woo. And remember, go fishing with your pad, fuck all this good bird.